Hi, in this video, I'll be showing you how to set up your computer and also write your first JavaScript code. Before you write in JavaScript, there are a few things that you need to do. First, you need to create a folder where you'll be keeping all the files that you'll be using. And I'll be creating a folder called JavaScript on my desktop. And then I'll be opening my text editor. Then I'll click on open folder and then I'll select JavaScript. Okay. Now in situations where this window is going to show you another directory, you have to navigate to that folder and then select the folder that you created. And then I'll click select folder and then you see it is opened here. Now, before you write your JavaScript code, there are some few things that you need to understand. We'll be running our JavaScript in the browser. And JavaScript can only run inside a HTML document as long as we are working with the browser. Okay. Now, I hope you understand how to write code in HTML. If you don't know how to write in HTML, there are some of our videos that covers that. You can check it out on our channel. Okay. So let's write our first HTML code, and then later on we'll connect it to our JavaScript file. Click on this icon here. It says new file. It depends on the editor you're using. You create a file and then you call it index.html. And then we're going to be creating doc type. Okay. And then we'll be creating HTML tag to tell the browser that this is a HTML document. And then we'll be writing the head tag, and we'll be putting a title into it, and it's going to be hello JavaScript. Then we'll be going into the body, and then we'll be writing our h1, and then we'll say hello world. Okay. And then I will be saving. You can use Ctrl S to save, or you can click on file and then you click on save, and it's going to save the file. Now we're already done writing our first HTML code. The next thing we have to do is to test this HTML file to see that it is working. Okay, so I'll be going to the folder, and then I will be clicking on index.html, and then we see the hello world. Okay, well, like I said, we have to connect the JavaScript to the HTML, and that's what we'll be doing now. And we will be creating the JavaScript file, which we have not created yet. So to create a JavaScript file, all you have to do is write the name of the file and then with an extension of .js. That's what makes it a JavaScript file. Okay, just like the way you do with HTML, index.html, the HTML signifies that it's a HTML document. That's the same thing that you do with JavaScript. So I'll be creating the name of the file called script.js. And then you've created the JavaScript file. Okay. And then now I'll be connecting this file to our HTML file. So to do that, I'm going to be creating a script tag, and then I'm going to be creating an attribute called src, and then I'm going to be putting script.js. So there are a few things that we are doing here. We are creating a script tag, and then you have the attribute source, which is src. If you've not done HTML, like I said, you check it out on our channel. You would understand what an attribute does, and then we will be saving it. Okay. Now our JavaScript file is empty, and then it's not going to do anything. Okay. So I will just refresh my browser to make sure that that's what's happening. So nothing is happening here. Now I'm going to be writing some few JavaScript statements, okay, and I don't expect you to understand, but this statement or these lines of code that I'm going to be writing will help you to test the output of whatever you write in JavaScript. Okay, so I just need you to follow along And in our next videos, you will clearly understand what those lines of code do. So I'll be writing alert, okay, as a word, and then I'll be writing an opening parenthesis and a closing parenthesis, okay. It's not a bracket, it's opening and closing parenthesis. You can find it on your keyboard. And then I'll be writing double quotes, okay, and then in between the double quotes I'll be saying welcome to JavaScript. Okay, so now if you follow this convention, okay, you're going to be writing the code very well. Follow it carefully, okay. You write the alert, and then your opening and closing parenthesis, then you put the double quote, and then in between it you write welcome to JavaScript in between, and then you will just be fine, okay. And after saving this file, I will want you to go to your browser and refresh, and then you're going to see welcome to JavaScript. That's what alert does for you, okay. So we'll be looking at the second statement also, okay. And you can go back to your JavaScript file, and after the alert you just write console, and then you put a full stop, which is a dot, and then you put log, then your opening and closing parenthesis, and then in between the inside the opening and closing parenthesis you put your double quotes again, and then you say hi, this is console, okay. And then we save the file, okay. Now when we go to the browser, we will refresh again, and then this time we can see welcome to JavaScript, which is the first line, okay, that we wrote. And then when I press OK, you see hello world, which is what we wrote in the HTML file. But you might be asking, where is the text that we wrote in the console.log? I'm going to be showing you now. Now in your Chrome, all I need you to do is, or in your browser, whichever one you're using, you would see a menu here. Yeah, you can open up a menu that looks like this, and then you go to more tools, and then you can find developer tools, and then you open the developer tools, and you would see hi, this is console. Some of you might see elements selected first, okay, which shows this, okay. Then you have to click this next tab to it, console, or you will find console on any of the tab there, and you click on it, and then you will find this is console. Now in summary, we've talked about three things here, okay. We talk about HTML and how to connect our HTML to our JavaScript code, and then we'll talk about two JavaScript statements, which are console.log and alert. And like I said, I don't expect you to understand what I wrote, but this will go a long way in helping us to test our JavaScript code. In the series that we're going to be covering after this video, we'll be giving you more concepts of JavaScript, and you will understand everything in depth. See you in our next video.